Welcome back to the Bell Ringers podcast, where we talk all things sports,
Sports betting
and I'll sprinkle in a little bit of pop culture here and there.
with yours truly, Ron McDonald.
And I'm Tyler Press. Let's see, we got some NBA talk, MLB, about, what are we, like 14, 15 games in now? Or
About 10.
10.
Phillies are 10 games in.
10 games in for Phillies, all right. Masters week, very excited about Masters week. This weekend's going to be awesome.
March Madness recap.
And I don't want to spoil our pop culture sprinkle just yet.
And
But,
then our usual draft. It's going to be the apps draft.
yeah.
Not phone apps, Appetizers.
Appetizers draft. I initially pitched that we do a phone apps draft, and Rye went, not appetizers, and Rye went, I think appetizers might be better. I was like, actually, I think you're right. Appetizers is a better draft, so that's what we're going with.
Yeah, I think the messaging app's a really good one.
Yeah.
It's way above
I
the
initially
edge.
told him, I'm like, I like maps a lot. Like, I use that every day, but, like, I don't know if that's going to get everybody excited, but
Yeah, I don't want to just pick all social media as my apps. That's really all I use anymore, other than one phone game that we play for Pokemon.
yeah, real fun draft of I use Spotify, Instagram, and Waze.
Yeah, so I go to this Pokemon app and I just open packs and then I get off.
Well, that honestly, I'm curious where that would go, because that's the only game that me and you play is opening Pokemon cards.
I have the one. I have a little bit. I go into Clash of Clans maybe once a year. But like, I'm gonna get back into this, and then within a day, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, I think I have. If I'm in like a special area, I'm like, let's check how like Pokemon go. Like, what Pokemon are in my area,
yeah.
and I'll pull that up, and then like I'll catch like 3, and I'll be like, that's my I clocked in for the next month.
I'm not in crowded enough areas to do that anymore. My house. I remember trying to use that incense or whatever in my house, and just no one wants to come be my friend. It's pretty sad.
You're just fishing for Pokemon. Come on, buddy, please come over here. Nothing.
It smells so good over here.
You want some? You want some?
But as always, please go subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/thebellringerspod and follow us on social media at bellringerspod. Sorry, I thought I messed up the first part. On TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. Follow, subscribe, like,
And please
repost.
comment. We love the comments. All the banter we get back and forth is amazing.
Except for when it talks bad about me. I don't really appreciate that.
Rugrats, brutal traffic. I don't think you see the TikTok.
Well,
I mostly look at the TikTok comments, and I love the draft because you can't vote on the draft on TikTok. So I feel like everyone just goes to the comments to give their opinions, and it's so funny. People are very opinionated. The Game of Thrones one, you're like, someone was like dominated, or like this was like a slaughter, and I was confident. I'm like,
Yeah.
Who did the slaughtering? And they went guy number 1. I went, like shit. No, okay. Your opinion's invalid.
I mean, I'm always going to claim that I pick these, I draft based on, what I actually like. What I actually like, not what I think's going to win. So,
Yeah.
there might be some picks in there that not everyone agrees with. That's their own problem. That's their issue, not mine.
That's right. You're wrong. I'm right.
Yeah, it's all opinions anyway. And your opinion is wrong.
That's right.
March Madness, Florida Gators are national champions, along with the Yukon Huskies for the women's.
Neither of us had Florida in there. Neither of us had actually.
Houston in there.
Yeah, neither of us had either of these these teams in the matchup. Both of our guys lost in the 4. Watching Auburn lose off the rip, I was like, damn, like as long as Duke loses 2, I'm at least a little happy about
Well,
this.
I was still holding. I was like, as long as Duke wins, which I still think we should have. I think some of those calls at the end were, sorry for cussing, but bullshit.
Jesus, right? But
I was preemptively saying sorry.
yeah, this game, like, probably one of the most like anticlimactic endings to a.
Oh yeah, I mean, just
Championship game.
not getting a shot off. I mean, that's
Not getting like shot off, but like letting the ball just like slowly like drop because you can't pick it back up.
well, yeah. Which I mean, I think in that moment you got to touch it again.
Right.
Once you realize no one else is coming to get it, you got to touch it again.
You stop the clock.
Let the refs either. I mean, if maybe the refs don't call it, you get lucky, or they call it and then. I mean, you
quickly
just
foul.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you have no chance if you let it dribble out, or if Florida gets the ball and just runs to the other end of the court. You
Right.
have to touch the ball.
They're up 2. Florida was up 2 at the time. Houston was tossing the ball around. I think the shot clock was off, and the guy like jumped and immediately put the ball down, so he couldn't pick it back up again. So he just like stopped and let it like dribble out. But like you said, if you would have picked that up, you get the, I guess, double dribble or travel, whatever all that would be. But you
Double
stop
dribble,
the clock, they get the ball, quickly foul them. They're only up 2. So say they only make 1 shot, you're still in the game. The worst thing you can do is let the clock run out.
I mean, he did that because he had a hand coming in his face. That's a nervous situation. It's easy for me to say, oh, like you should have done this in the moment, but like
Yeah.
he could have just like tapped the ball off the the Florida
put
defender
it
and then
in
got
somebody's direction too. Like,
no, but
yeah,
he literally just tapped it off the Florida defender in
Yeah.
front of him and got repossession of it.
I was thinking about that too. Is like if you're jumping up, like throw it at their feet, you either get like a kick ball call,
Yeah.
or again you can pick it back up if it hits them. So
Yeah.
like spur the moment error, but like
But just feel bad for that kid because you just, I mean, in the game, you see him just, the camera's right on him,
yeah.
showing him just stare at the ball, being like, I can't get that.
yeah, just
Shit.
yeah, just for that that
Shit.
moment's gotta be the absolute worst. And you knew you like up and you're sitting there just like staring at the ball, slowly dribbling the ground, like I ruined this game. Like this game is over right now.
Yeah.
Like please somebody like bail me out. Florida won obviously with that I guess error at the end of the game, but you want to see at least a shot go up, just like to make it a little exciting. So you have like that heart dropping moment, whether it's gonna go in or not. And they were going for a 3-pointer. It looked like so.
Yeah.
It would have been like win or lose shot.
Yeah.
So
I think some of their plan there was to go for a 3, and like they had some decent. They had I think a size mismatch up in the paint, so I think they're like, all right, go for the 3. If you miss, we have a mismatch in the paint, so we probably can get the rebound.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which wasn't a bad idea. It just didn't work out.
No.
But it was kind of frustrating. The first half, they really didn't call that many fouls, and then the second half, it seemed like the refs just like were like, you can't do that anymore. I know you could do that 20 minutes ago, but not now.
Yeah, I think the switch to the half was like 9 fouls called to like 20 something.
Yeah,
fouls,
it was
like,
ridiculous.
a complete change. And like Houston really dominated the whole game too, which makes it even worse. Like to end the game like that, like Houston was up I think 12, up like I think maybe even 16 at one point. Like they had commanding lead throughout the majority of the game. So
yeah, I don't think Florida got the lead until with like less than 2 minutes left, and then just I mean it's tough, especially like that because like you don't want to be like coming from behind, but at the same time having the lead like that the whole time and then just like
it hurts more. I think.
Keep having to like they get close and you have to keep pushing it back up. Kind of gets a little exhausting. I mean it gets exhausting both ways, but
tough loss for Houston. I think a lot of people looking at that game thought Houston would win. I think Houston was the better team, but like. I'm sorry. I thought Florida would have won. Florida was the better team, but like wanted Houston to win. Like Houston was a cooler, like just like gritty team that most times teams or fans root for. Like they want to see the gritty team win. It does suck, but like at the same time, I think the better team did win that game, even though the score throughout the game didn't really reflect that. But
and like to your point, like I think Houston's like it's not like a small school, but like I think Florida is a pretty large school, pretty well known for their sports. So I think some people were like, all right, Houston maybe I don't know what their their past is in terms of championships, but maybe give them one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have meant more probably to Houston.
Yeah,
for basketball especially. That's March Madness. It's over.
I do think I did prior to March Madness say I think Florida has a really good shot at winning, but I'm not going to pick them because I think everyone else is, and I should have just went with that.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Fruitcake, won the league. Did pick Florida to win. I don't know. Did he?
Scumbag.
I don't know who he had playing against them. I don't think it was Houston. Was it Duke?
I forget.
I think he had Duke playing him, but like, yeah, good job, Chris. Got the dub.
Yeah, whatever.
It was between you and him, really, wasn't it?
Well, that's why, because especially like once Auburn lost, it was like, all right, if Duke can win, it's basically whoever wins the national championship wins it.
Right.
And then once I got knocked out.
Once Duke lost, but if Florida didn't win, you still would have lost?
Yeah, no, because I think I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure once
Florida made a pass and Duke didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I knew there was a chance. I think it was I could have beaten you if Auburn and Houston won. Like if Auburn beat Florida and Houston beat Duke, I think I could have beaten you with Houston winning it all.
That makes sense. Because I think I
I also had Auburn in the final, so like the points there would have been negated.
Right. And I didn't have. I think Auburn was my only Final Four team that was left, really. So that would have. Yeah, that makes sense. NBA, we have a pretty crazy firing that just happened. The Denver Nuggets fired their coach and their GM.
Yep. You have 3 games left.
3 games left. Playoffs are starting. You're at the 4 seed right now. Possibly, I mean, it's all tight, so they could drop to. I think they could drop all the way to 8.
Yeah.
But you just won the championship last year.
Well, no, it wasn't last year.
Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago.
Okay, so they didn't win it last year. Who won it last year? Celtics?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't want to say it.
I know. You're right. I did know that. But they just won the championship 2 years ago, and you completely empty out, like, right before the playoffs. It makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, you rode with them throughout the entire season. Their coach that they're going with is the assistant coach.
Well, yeah, you're not going to hire outside the team at this point.
Again, it's still the same, or like the assistant coach doesn't have that many different strategies. I feel like the head coach.
It's got to be something had to have happened. I don't think this is based off of performance.
No,
because also you don't fire the GM at the same time.
You think we're gonna get some news coming out soon about some?
Maybe the only thing I've heard
shit?
only thing I heard was apparently the GM and the coach weren't talking. So I don't know if maybe they were like, you know what, if you're both being children, I'm gonna get rid of you both. But at the same time, with that, like,
we're not even choosing sides, so you're both
but
out
like
of here.
at the same time, like you can get rid of the GM right now, and because it's not really like you don't need a GM necessarily right. Like I mean,
GM
GMs
doesn't change in playoffs. Like,
yeah, GM's not like
they're
like,
off season.
as long as you keep your scouts stuff like that, it's not going to be a big deal. But like getting rid of your coach right now when you can go into the playoffs and possibly like you have a chance to win, even if you're like, all right, we're going to be done with you after the season, just keep them to
Finish the season out.
Yeah.
Finish the season out. Yes, 100. That's why it's so crazy. It's like you gave the coach gave you the first championship I think of the team's history, right?
yeah, yep.
And 2 years later, they made the playoffs last year. They are the 4 seed right now, and you fire your coach right before the play. Like it, like you said, I think some weird shit's gonna come out. I don't think it's just like even if the coach and the GM are fighting, kind of like you said, like you gotta choose the side of the coach when the season's still going.
Yeah.
Like cut one of them out, and then at the end of the season, say it doesn't go well, then you can fire the coach. But like to drop both of them right now is such an absurd move. It adds a little like layer to like it would be historic for them to go on now. But like your chances dropped a shit.
Oh yeah,
like you're not gonna get that same like you're gonna take a hit when you lose your head coach.
Yeah.
Go like this late.
and
in
really
the
like the only thing that makes sense is Jokic either walked in the owner's office and said, "I want both these guys gone," or they both got caught f***ing the owner's wife.
yeah, that's what I think.
It's
Like,
got to be one or the other.
I think some like extra level stuff's gonna come out. Like it's gonna be worse than just like these two are feuding. Because I don't think that's enough to fire.
Yeah,
the
I don't
coach.
think but that's the only thing I saw. But it's just a weird scenario. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eye out for. I think some weird stuff's coming out, but crazy move by the Nuggets.
Moving into the MLB, our Phillies gave the Dodgers their first 2 losses of the season.
Yes, sir.
That was pretty nice.
I was at the
Won
first game
series.
Friday night.
I was supposed to be at the second. Didn't feel too well, so I stayed home.
Yeah, obviously isn't also like what does Shohei go? I think 1 for 11 or 1 for
Yeah,
12
one
against
for-
us.
Yeah,
And
with 2 walks. I mean, I think Christopher Sanchez struck him out like 3 times or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Could not get by Christopher Sanchez, our goat.
And best part about that one hit he got was a single, and then he got thrown out
Oh,
stealing
yeah.
the second. So didn't even make it to second base, and got
really not
he
that
still
good.
got out. He still got out on
Not
his
worth
own doing.
$700 million in my opinion.
Not against the Phils. I mean, I think he's having a good season outside.
Yeah, no, yeah. So
Just
I had the joke.
yeah,
I had the joke.
he ain't nothing.
We did lose to the Braves last night in
Yes.
a back and forth game. It got so annoying. It seemed like every time we got the lead, we gave it back up.
And I think just last week, I think the season started, and we're like, how about them Braves, right?
There's
Only-
still
only-
a bad record. Still a
Only
bad record.
team remaining that didn't have a single win, and then they come to Philly after a hot Dodgers series.
Well, they already had a win before that.
I know. I'm not saying. Yes, I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
How
yeah,
bad
yes,
we were shitting
yes,
on them
yes.
like last week because they were the worst team.
Oh, it's baseball. 162 games.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna get those games, obviously, but
Unless they beat us again like tonight or win the series, then it's
if they win the series, and then we're gonna kind of be eating our words.
yep. And then it's just like, oh, it's early in the season. Small sample size.
Watching the Phils though, with both of us going this weekend, we're gonna film like one of the food reviews. I did get footage of me trying. I tried the s'mores quesadilla.
I'll go eventually soon, and I'll do it. We can.
Can I spoil it for you?
Yeah, go ahead. Not good.
It was good, but it tasted like a chocolate quesadilla more than anything else. Like I didn't get a lot of marshmallow. Even looking at it, it was like a chocolate like. I could tell there was kind of marshmallow something in there because it had like a almost like a pasty texture to it, but all you tasted was chocolate.
Well, I mean, it's the worst part of the marshmallow is stickiness. So you're telling me that's all I get out of it, and that tells me it's marshmallow.
All you get
in
is
it?
the texture.
Yeah, it's
But like that being said, it was a like butter pressed quesadilla with chocolate inside. It didn't taste bad. Like it was still a good treat, but I didn't get the essence of s'mores that I wanted.
yeah. I mean, I guess I feel like they probably could have done like cinnamon sugar and stuff like that on the quesadilla to make it sort of like. I mean, you're not gonna get the graham cracker like.
You know what they did do is give you a cup of more chocolate to dip it in. So it was just chocolate on chocolate.
Okay.
I agree. Like if they would have given me something else to add a little flavor to it, but literally like it was mostly chocolate on the inside, and then you had a little cup of hot chocolate to
Yep.
like dip it in.
I mean, not surprised.
It was a tasty dessert, but I didn't get all the taste of a s'mores in it like I wanted to.
So maybe next instead of doing the color, we do the espresso one to see which one's the better
I think-
dessert.
I-
I feel like that's going to be better.
I think it's gonna be better.
I'm
Honestly,
also kind of excited to just drink espresso.
depending on what time. Like hopefully we can get a weekend game and get at a good time. But yeah, like at 8 o'clock, grab a espresso.
Well,
ice
yeah,
cream.
it had to be a day game or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that would be a rough decision, but
hopefully a day game before it gets warm out. Philly's still looking pretty good. Sosa played really. I think he played pretty well out and left last night. He had a great catch, but then there was also another kind of fumble as
Rojas.
him and Rojas just didn't. They didn't. I had to be communication. They didn't know who was getting the ball.
Yeah.
And just let it drop right between their feet.
I'm curious if there's ever been a ball so close to an outfielder that he didn't even make an effort at catching. Like, I know the communication was there, but when the ball came into picture and it dropped right at Rojas's foot, I was like, at what point did you, like, you had to be still looking at the ball. Like, how did you think he was going to catch it and not yourself? Like, you literally he could have stuck his glove out like that and caught it.
They both looked at each other. They both could have just stuck their glove out and been like, all right, we can both just try.
But not only that, I mean, our GM even said something about it. Like, the center fielder he's the captain of the outfield. It's his job to call somebody off. And Sosa made his way all the way over there. Rojas, that was his ball, dead to rights, and he was still the closest to it when he stopped running for it. Like, it was a bad play by him. Which,
but I mean,
as a bad batter, he's kind of on the team for his defending.
I think his best batting average on the team right now. So maybe take back those words.
Yeah, maybe. I was going off last season. I saw the clip of that.
I think he's got like 600 some batting average right now.
That is crazy. Rojas has the best batting average right now. That is funny though.
I mean, Sosa has a good one too, which is I like because it's gonna be tough to get him in the infield all the time when. I feel like it's where, like, the one spot we have room to kind of get a guy in is left field or center. So, like, if he can get better with the communication with Rojas and whatnot, I think it'd be a good place to put him in the left field. Yeah, switch him and Marsh out a little bit more often.
Marsh ain't batting good right now either.
No, that's what I mean. So, like, if Sosa can keep this up or at least bat, 300 some batting average the whole season, you got to get him in the lineup as much as you can.
Moving on to Masters Week.
Yeah. So, Masters officially here. Min-Woo Lee coming off a victory. Kind of like his odds. He's not one of the top guys in terms of picks, but
I wanted to pull up the Masters odds right now. So Scheffler is the current lowest betting. It's Scheffler and Rory McIlroy are both plus 400.
Would like to see Rory get it because he's getting close to the gap that Tiger had before, like without a major, before he won the 2019 Masters. So I think Tiger was like 3,900 some days, and Rory's 3,800 some. So Roy needs one. He's been. I picked him so many times to win a major in the past 2 years, 3 years, and he just obviously has not done it any time.
Talking about Min-Woo Lee, he is down there, plus 5,500.
But he's hot.
He's hot right now, coming off a win. Can't be too mad about it. I mean,
at least maybe at like a top 20.
Top 20. Like I said, Min-Woo Lee at top 20. I got plus 3. That's top 10, plus 350, which. I might place a couple top 10s. I don't know if I even want. If I'm doing a parlay, I'm not adding a winner on it, but I'll throw some top 10s and top 5s in there.
And they have. The Masters always has a lot of good prop bets. You can do most of the tournaments have the matchup bets where these guys are pairing today. You can bet against or bet who's gonna play better. You have the whole bets. You just bet someone hitting the woody or something like that. Yeah. So it's a fun one.
I was offered work for Sunday, and I said yes before realizing it was Masters Week, and I'm going to be working Saturday and Sunday of the Masters and just absolutely devastated. And, all day today, I was like, are we, 100% working Sunday? And, it's looking that way. I'm like, all right, well, what do we need to do to not have to be here Sunday? They're like, the electricians need to step it up. I'm like, shit, that's not going to happen. So
yeah, that's not.
I'm going to be here Sunday. So I don't know if I'm going to have to stream it on my phone, try to sneakily keep updates on it. But
thankfully.
What time does it start Sunday?
Oh, it's probably 10 a.m., 8 a.m.
Okay, I thought that was going to be the good news you're
starts
delivering.
early. No, we're gonna go through the Masters dinner that Scotty Scheffler put together.
Okay.
Appetizers, cheeseburger sliders served Scotty style. Don't know what that means.
Sliders? I didn't even think of sliders.
I did, but
I gotta add one. I just thought one of my favorites. Okay, continue.
Firecracker shrimp. This one sounds good. Sweet Thai chili and sriracha mayo. That sounds great.
Yeah. That does sound really good.
And then Papa Chef's meatball and ravioli bites with pecorino cheese and tomato basil sauce. Pretty good.
What is this?
So every year the Masters dinner, the champions get together and have a dinner, and the menu is made by the past winner.
Okay, putting together a good list here.
He's got a Texas style chili. I think the one year he had tortilla soup, and some of the old guys thought it was too spicy, so he went away from that this time.
I'm a big tortilla soup guy.
So am I, and it sucks. I think he changed it. I think it was one of the only changes he had because he's like old guys can't do that.
Can't hang. That sucks.
But it's Texas style chili, cheddar cheese, jalapenos, and corn chips. Then the main course is choice of wood fire cowboy ribeye or blackened redfish. And dessert is a warm chocolate chip cookie.
That's great. To get into the Masters mood, I bought PGA Tour 2K25. This is the first golf game outside of Mario Golf that I think I've bought probably since like '08 when I was playing like on like the family computer in my family room, and it's hard as hell. I did the career, and the skill difficulty of the career I guess was I set the like computers to be Masters level, but like my shots were all locked in. I'm like, this game's cake. You switch online, it goes right to pro difficulty, where it's like if you are like 2% off, if your rhythm's off at all, like you just watch it curve right into the woods, and it was
So I don't
a brutal first outing.
Didn't get this one yet, but I have the, I guess, 2K23 or whatever it is. There's a different shot method you can use, where it's just you hold in A and then you let go in the right time. It's way easier.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that online at all.
Oh, I think
you
you
have
could.
to do, if you're doing controller, you have to go back and forth with the stick.
I mean, that is.
Or with the mouse, go back and forward. But
Don't do the mouse.
I'm doing the mouse.
Why the? Oh, because you don't have a controller.
I mean, I do.
No, the
but
controller's way easier. Do not use
see,
the mouse.
I argued this with my coworker. He was saying that I had it on like easy mode using the mouse.
No.
I said I think it's so much easier to keep your thumb straight back and forward than it is a full arm back and forward.
Yeah.
And the rhythm, but I'm doing it. I'm gonna end up getting good at it.
All right.
It's
wild
tough
to
though.
me.
It is tough.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. I think
yeah.
my first game online, I shot a plus 34, and I came in second place.
Jeez.
Where it was like me and two other buddies were playing, but dude, it's a hard ass game to play. I'm telling you.
No, it's fun though. I mean, I got good at the other one a little bit, but then there's always like I literally get the nerves as I'm like going towards the 18th hole, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, it just ripped way too fast, and it just launches, and I'm like, all right, it's not fun.
Yeah, I had a second game I played. We did front nine, had it 2 great shots for a par 5, landed like I think I was 10 foot from the hole at an eagle putt, which I haven't even seen an eagle putt yet when I was playing, so I was pumped up, and I just overestimated the green so hard and just watched it roll right past the hole. I was like,
that also
cleaned it up for birdie, but
you kind of just get used to the greens once you know like how, because they have all the lines on it. So
they have the
you
lines.
just eventually just learn how to read them. It's not that bad.
yeah, I had a one. I'm gonna be done PJ talk after this. It's all we talk. It's me and my one coworker, and it's all we talk about all day is PJ. I hit like a 30-something foot putt, and it just made my day. Like I was screaming down here, like it was like I think Holly came running down like something, like I had a heart attack. Like I lost my shit. It was awesome. I think I might have set a record for longest putt. It was like one end to the green to the other, and just back and forth, and just watched it just slowly just drop in. Gorgeous. All right, I'm done.
There you go.
I'm done.
All right. Now moving into our pop culture. Well, I guess kind of pop. It's more just actual news mixed with pop culture. But dire wolves are back. I didn't realize they were not a. I didn't realize they were, a nonfiction creature.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't know either. I thought that was you put them next to dragons. Like I'm gonna assume that they were created for this universe. But yeah, dire wolves were an actual animal that went extinct. I can't remember how many years ago it was.
Like 10,000.
10,000. Immediate reaction on Twitter. I think Jurassic Park, like the actual page, tweeted like, I don't think this is a good idea, or like I feel like we've seen this before. But I mean, dire wolves obviously are completely different than Tyrannosaurus rexes, so I think it's more maintainable. But some of the actual details I got from it.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say it's also like this isn't Jurassic Park, because what they did was they modified DNA of a gray wolf, which is the closest relative to the dire wolf.
There's the details I had about it, but yes.
But they didn't actually bring it back to life. They just modified the shit out of DNA. So we're not gonna be able to do that for dinosaurs. We can't take an alligator and just modify the DNA to make it into a T-Rex.
No, I think they did it with frogs actually in the movie. They took frog DNA in Jurassic Park, but obviously they took a majority of the Tyrannosaurus, right? Like, and it's more controllable. Like they said that in real life, you're not going to get a full, like it's going to be some sort of a hybrid, which again they did with the gray wolf. So I think they did 1 or 2 wolves. Like
they did 3, but one of them's named Khaleesi.
I do love that.
But
why not Jon Snow?
It's just Ghost.
Yeah,
it's a white wolf.
Yeah,
it's Ghost. Easiest name ever.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe when they make a dragon, they'll name it Jon Snow.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Yeah, right.
They have to at this point. First dragon ever created. It's got to be
name it Stark.
Stark, yeah. His name is Stark. It's a good name for a dragon. I'm excited for it, honestly. I think it's cool. I like the idea of bringing back extinct animals, if you're gonna do the cool ones and the cool ones only, like I don't need a resurgence of dodo birds unless they taste delicious.
I don't know. It might be cool to see a dodo bird. Because all these they're doing these. They're just gonna go to a zoo.
Yeah,
They're not gonna be like, oh yeah, go in the Yosemite National Park and just go run around.
Woolly mammoth would be cool.
Saber-toothed tiger would be sick.
See, that's this. Yeah, I agree.
Put in a zoo. We got tigers in zoos already. Fine.
Yeah, no saber. If I went to a zoo and saw a saber-toothed tiger, I'd probably be an active member at the zoo.
Yeah, these are things that would get me to go back to the zoo.
But what I'm getting at is that we don't have to do this. If they can do this with a dire wolf, I'm worried that I'm trying to find a nice way to say I want pandas to go extinct, and I want it sooner than later. They're funny, but they're the dumbest species of animals, and they're only alive because we keep them alive.
But they're so funny.
Yeah, they're funny, but I feel like there's a lot of money getting put into keeping pandas alive that don't need to be.
So you want the money to be put into bringing them back to life?
I'd rather take that money that you're using to keep pandas alive, and let's invest that into saber-toothed tigers, and
then just never bring pandas back.
And then you let that panda go, let them go, and I think the world would be a lot happier having saber-toothed tigers than pandas. Think about every panda video you've seen, replace it with a badass saber-toothed tiger. I'm happier about it.
Why not a mix of both? Why I can't?
Well, the money's got to come from somewhere, Ryan, and I think we take it from pandas. Biggest panda hater here. I think they're stupid as hell. Yeah, and
that's part of the charm.
I know, but there shouldn't be an animal that is only alive because,
So are you saying something that's stupid and is only being kept alive because other people help it deserves to die?
They also don't have I'm a fan of stupids. I'm okay with stupid things. For example, dogs and you think about the breed of I'm trying to think of the most embarrassing dog, pugs. Pugs do not survive in the wild. They don't survive out in the open.
But that's also our fault that we bred them to look like that.
But with that being said, a pug still, if a pug has a baby, it'll be protective and has a natural instinct. It has the instinct to keep their offsprings alive. It has primal instinct still. I found out that if you approach a panda with a piece of bamboo, it'll trade you its baby for the bamboo. It does not give a about its kids. It's cool. They don't need to
Yeah, I mean,
they're not helping their case at all for survival.
That's probably our fault putting them in a zoo and just all that. But
if they weren't in the zoo, Ryan, they'd be dead so many years ago. They're a giant lunk of meat and fat that lives off of bamboo. Every single predator would have ran them dry immediately. They're so much meat, and they don't have any defensive instincts whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, predators would have run the pug dry. Pug would die.
I'm not saying that they wouldn't die, but at least they have some primal. They're at least not such an embarrassing species. I hate pandas so much, dude. I
never do this take.
I know I'm going a little too much on this, but I keep hearing more and more about how dumb pandas are, and I'm just let them go. Let them go. An animal that is also going extinct that is so much better, but I think we're going to get into global warming here, but polar bears. Polar bears are terrifying, and they deserve to be alive because they're an insane predator. But they're dying just because of the warming, so that's not really a good example.
Yeah, that's more.
They're dying. That's kind of.
They're dying because we're killing them.
We're killing polar bears and we're letting pandas live. This is stupid. What are we doing? Go hug a tree and kill a panda.
Or we just switch our spots, put all the pandas in Antarctica, and then bring the.
Oh my God, polar bears would just drop every panda off. They got enough hair. But there's no bamboo there. They'd die immediately.
Yeah, no, they're dead. I don't know if they could swim.
They would die immediately anywhere if you put them out in the wild.
All right, with all that being said, we're moving on to our appetizers.
This is what happens when we do too much of a sprinkle of pop culture. I get on a tangent.
I think, as we kind of mentioned, Ty did win the cartoon or childhood cartoons draft.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
I got a lot of hate for his Rugrats pick.
I'm a big fan of Rugrats, so you can hate on me all you want.
Yeah, I understand. SpongeBob had to go number one.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
With that being said, I have the first pick this week, and this is where
I don't know what order my list is going in.
Neither do I. I think I'm just gonna go with my favorite appetizer and what I would pick first.
Yeah, I think
cheesesteak egg rolls.
Oh, son of a bitch! That was my late addition. That I was like, yeah, I want this so bad. When you said my favorite, I was like, my favorite is a cheesesteak egg roll. Damn. All right, great pick, Ryan. I just added that to the list as the podcast was going on. How the hell did I not think of this? I order it every time I see it on the menu.
It's the first one, yeah. I mean,
every time I see it on the menu,
we
I order
did
it.
that, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I do. I do it when I see it every time. It's the only appetizer I truly love. Okay. Oh, it's me. I get two now.
We could do 4, right? I mean, we have enough.
I have enough here to do 4. Give me like mozzarella sticks or mozzarella like planks, whatever you wherever you
Mod sticks,
getting them.
yeah.
Recently tried Chili's, amazing. Chili's mozzarella sticks in particular. This next pick, I guess, give me a good nachos tray. Yeah, I'll take nachos.
I was gonna go chips and queso, but as we talked, I can't take that
Yeah,
now.
I think we gotta have one or the other.
I'd rather chips and queso over nachos, but so with that being said, I'm gonna go with onion rings and potato skins. That loaded potato skins are one of my favorites. Was my favorite as a child, and I was like thinking of things. I was like, ooh, this is one I now need to go get next time I go out to the restaurant and they have it. Which I feel like not many restaurants have them as much anymore.
Yeah.
But you get all the cheese, the bacon on it. Oh, fantastic.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick. I like loaded potato skins. So one of them is like you get it at Italian restaurants, and I don't know if it's gonna translate as well. I'm taking calamari. I know I saved it for the end because I know Ryan does not eat calamari, but
I have it on my list, and that would have been one if I had nothing else to say. I would have just been like,
okay.
I mean, I do eat it, but it's like not like it's something I would ever pick.
I love calamari. I'll take, but this one is where I'm like, there's one that I definitely like more than the other one, but the other one is like a staple that every restaurant has it, which I'm trying to like.
I'm kind of also between that with my last pick.
Do I take the bait? No, I'm gonna go with the one that I truly enjoy more. And give me like a fried burrata, like a nice hunk of fried burrata cheese. So there's several Italian restaurants will give you this. You get like a fried burrata cheese. They'll do tomato sauce on it and like give you bread to like rip apart. It's so good.
So mine was kind of similar, but it's fried mac and cheese balls. I'm not taking because it's I would say it's too similar.
I would allow that to go if you want to do fried mac and cheese balls.
Those I kind of forgot about it until I was like looking around. I was like, ooh, those.
What are the cheese curds? Those are the other ones.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, they're good, but
I'd go without them. You know, mac and cheese balls.
Yeah, I mean,
I was between was spinach artichoke dip.
I do like that. I was between that and just pretzel and cheese, but I feel like the fried mac and cheese balls is better. Pretzel and cheese, some restaurants do terribly.
Honestly, I'm very hit or miss with beer cheese. Like,
well,
I've gotten it and it's good, and I've gotten I'm like, dude, like, just give me mustard at this point. Like, I don't even like the cheese is either too wet or it's like,
or I mean, Frankfurt Hall, it's cold.
Yeah,
like it's
quite the contrary. It's cold. Yeah, I mean, again, a pretzel and mustard is like one of my favorite combinations.
But it's like some restaurants like they either fuck up the pretzel or they fuck up the cheese. So it's too easy to go wrong. Where I was like, it is one of the ones I do like when it's done well, but at the same time, it's something that can easily go wrong.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. Some honorable mentions I got on here are
jalapeno poppers.
Jalapeno poppers are a good one. I was just a plain charcuterie board.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had that as an actual appetizer, so
I've gotten it a couple places.
I do like charcuterie boards.
Bruschetta basil on like little like toast.
I mean, even like because we talked about like what if they just like I asked like does it have to be like ordered, and he said yes, but like just like the bread
and butter,
or like the bread and like what I forget like the Italian restaurants put like
the oil, like a little bit of oil.
Yeah, that is delicious.
Parmesan cheese, peppers. Yeah, I know it's so good. I love bread and like just dipping bread in oil.
Like chips and sauce is also great.
Chips and salsa, chips and queso are great. We make sure we get this very clear, we don't consider wings as an appetizer. If you're ordering wings, for the most part, you're ordering 10 to 12 and you're eating wings.
Yeah.
Like there are places that'll give you like 4 wings as an appetizer, but like I like 90% of the times that I eat wings are the entree of my meal. So it doesn't feel right having it as an appetizer.
Yeah, it's kind of because I think we would also like if we did like a main course like draft, we'd probably also just pick wings.
Yeah. I had this thought too, like French fries aren't an appetizer. I know they can be ordered as it, but
I end up putting it on the bottom of my list, just be like, all right, but like I wouldn't like.
More often than not, my dishes come with French fries, so I don't truly need them. And if that's not the case, I think it falls into the other category where it's like side. They get brought to the table.
It's a side.
It's either a side or they'll be provided for you, which also goes into what we said.
But I feel like with all our other picks, I'd rather have these things than French fries. So it's like it wouldn't have been picked anyway.
I don't know. A nice loaded fries can.
Loaded fries. I was thinking just regular fries, but yeah.
Loaded fries can really hit. Let's see. Is there any other? But like, here's the other thing too. Is like I've gone to places where mussels are an appetizer, and it's like
not a big mussels guy.
Oh yeah, you're not a big like shellfish or seafood guy, are you?
Well, I like lobster.
Shrimp cocktail was another one. I liked.
I thought about shrimp, but that's all. I do like shrimp. So I just don't like the shell or the clam mussel shell thing.
Ah man.
I mean, I think clams I've had before and they're not bad. Or oysters.
Clams with like a wine and like butter and wine sauce. over spaghetti is like my favorite dish to get.
They're
It's like
good. Like when I've had them, I've liked them, but it's not one that I'm going and like I'm gonna order this. Usually, I find something else that I like better.
a random pick, raw oysters. I love raw oysters, dude. And I just like that's a pick where like when you think of appetizers, you don't really think of stuff like that, but that technically is an appetizer. But like even with that, if I'm going out for raw oysters for the most part, I'm necking like 3 dozen of them, and like just that's what I'm eating.
Yeah, exactly.
Bricked up all night.
Recapping our favorite appetizers draft with the first overall pick, I went with cheesesteak egg rolls. Then I went with onion rings, loaded potato skins, and then fried mac and cheese balls.
All right. With my appetizer draft, I got mozzarella sticks, nachos. I went calamari, and I got fried burrata.
Like you might be enough people on calamari that might go with. I feel like there's a lot of people.
A lot of people put calamari at number one. Like that's like their
that's
go-to.
what I mean.
I know it's so good, and you get that with like they sometimes serve with like a jam, kind of like a jelly almost kind of sauce. I love calamari so much.
Jam.
It's like a fruity and like it's almost like a pepper jam or like a fruity peppery jam. Kind of it's like not like it's like a sauce, but has like little pepper flakes in it, but it has like a jamish texture to it. It's banging. You can get that, or you can get like I think marinara sauce. I think they sometimes serve with it. But I love calamari. The burrata we get it every time we go out to Italian restaurants if they have fried burrata. It's so good.
But I mean, it's kind of like one of the reasons I like the fried mac and cheese balls. I feel like they're kind of similar enough.
They're way more common too. Like you can get them at majority of places too. That's a good pick. Honestly, I forgot about mac and cheese balls.
It's like Havana in New Hope has great fried mac and cheese balls.
You know what's funny too is like I said, I added cheesesteak egg rolls while we were doing the podcast. If I hadn't done that myself, I would have been even more mad that you got it. Like, how the fuck did I not think of cheesesteak egg roll?
It's the first thing I look for on the menu.
If I'm going to a bar and I see that they have cheesesteak egg rolls as an option, I'm like, Holly be like, you want to try like this? I'm like, we can do that. And cheesesteak egg rolls, and like it has to be ordered every single time. I've had some bad ones, but majority of them are good.
Do you get like sometimes you get different dips with them, so you might
I was
be
gonna
like,
say, what's your favorite dip with it? There's a spicy ketchup that does.
That's
wonders.
pretty good. I've had a little bit. One restaurant did a little bit of a mixture of like horseradish and something else that was pretty good. And I do also like just dipping in buffalo sauce sometimes.
Cavanaugh's in Rittenhouse, where I was on a job. We're building the gym across the street from it, and they have like a Cav sauce. And it's like it's like a buttery buffalo sauce. It's like a really good. It's good on its own, but I would get the cheesesteak egg rolls and get like Cav sauce and ketchup, mix them together with the cheese.
Yeah, I mean that's
incredible.
Yeah,
like
that would probably be also
mixing
my
like
pick.
a buffalo sauce with the ketchup and dipping the egg rolls in it. It's so good. I'm hungry for some cheesesteak egg rolls now.
Same.
I don't know what we're eating tonight, but it's not gonna be cheesesteak egg rolls. I'm pissed.
There you go. There you have our draft. So there's our episode this week. We'll be back next week with a recap of the Masters and probably more baseball. We're going to be going into a little bit of a lull with sports. So we might need to try and figure out some other things to do.
Absolutely.
We still have basketball, but with the Sixers out, it's kind of been a struggle. Oh, the Flyers. Did we talk about how we fired towards?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they did that like the day before we recorded, so I think we got it pretty early on. But yeah, Flyers and Sixers not making the playoffs, which makes us a sad podcast.
You know, I did get a notification during the podcast today that Maxi's rolled out for the season. We have 3 games left, 5 games left. What the fuck is the point of that?
Yeah, I mean, the last game I saw on TV, I think they pulled the entire starting lineup. Like nobody was playing.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't watched the game in
like over. I mean, I was at a bar and it was on, so it's gonna be a slow time period. We'll add either more games to do. I have some options for games that we can add into it just to fill in some time. I know the games always do well.
Yeah, that or maybe we'll just try and go more into pop culture and just kind of we talk about coming in with like different TV shows to watch or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Get me on another heater about a different animal that I hate. All right, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment,
follow all the good things.
Yeah, follow us
on
everything.
Say hello in the comments.
Give us your opinions on the draft. We love getting the feedback. TikTok, Instagram, everything.
Yeah, give us maybe honorable mentions we didn't say. Those are also the best when we get different people honorable mentions that we forgot about.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes they are the ones we said the people didn't see.
Dude, the Game of Thrones one, somebody commented like, "This is my draft," and I ate, and I was like, "Bro, that was not, like they like Brianna Tarth as the first pick." I was like, "That is absolutely brutal." But all right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
See ya.